Guys, YouTube, chats, my mom watching this, episode 5, welcome. We got Boofin in the mix, Pterri in the mix, co-host Kaptain, myself with GoodVibesGreg, not Good Vibes Official, that guy's a cuck. And we're going to be talking today with them. Wait, why are you guys laughing, dog? Anyway, we're going to be talking about streaming. Yeah, crazy, right?
Wild.
What a wild topic.
Guys are really getting out of the box.
I know, dude. I know, man. But Boofin's from my community, Pterri's from CaptainKoolWhip's community, and we figured to have some good insight and perspective from a viewer standpoint and a mod standpoint, and a good friend standpoint, if I could say that to Boofin.
For sure.
Absolutely. Bro, man, cry.
But I'll leave it open. Who would like to introduce themselves first and kind of go with their streaming journey, if you will, or viewership journey? And
take it away, Pterri. I believe in you.
Oh shit! I was just about to say I do not volunteer as tribute.
I was gonna ask if it was okay to vape, and then I look down and I see a piece of glass in Captain's hand. I was like, I don't think that'll be a problem.
That's the first question I asked Greg. I was like, hey, listen, man, is it cool if I smoke on this thing? Like, I ain't gonna do any hard shit or anything, but like,
yeah, we just said no
like, yeah,
meth. No meth.
Yeah, we just can't. Yeah, no meth or heroin.
Really?
Okay.
Sorry,
second.
Pterri.
All right. All right. Yeah, Pterri, I'll go first. You're fine. So hello, everybody. I'm, like you said, from Greg's community. We linked up. I don't know. What has it already been a year, Greg? After you scammed me out of a Tebow?
It's probably that. Yeah, about a year and a half.
And we got some laughs that night in stream, and I just kind of stuck around, and it's been getting more fun ever since. It's some great times. Met a bunch of the community members, and just had an absolute blast. Made some friends in here. I was never into streaming or anything until COVID hit, and everybody was kind of bored at house, didn't really have much to do, so I got involved a little bit through one of my IRL friends, and never really left. It's been a blast. I've done some mediocre streaming attempts on Greg's channel when he's hey, I got to take care of something at work. I'll be back in 30 or whatever. He's got to take a really long poo, whatever the case it may have been. And I mean, just hats off to these guys. It's unbelievable. I have the utmost respect for streamers now, because handling all the chat and everything that's going on, and it's I don't know, it's overwhelming, and it's not something that happens to me often. So hats off to you guys for the work that it is streaming. It's not just all throw a camera on and hee hee ha ha's. So you guys put some work into it. So good for you.
Insert clap sound effect, dude.
Yeah, like that was really nice.
I feel like you should take a bow.
It's from the heart, though. I mean,
that was
from
legit.
The heart, I'm bank standing in RuneScape, and I'm still struggling to read the chat. Never mind, like I've seen Greg, doing raids and stuff. Maybe that's why his deaths pop up so much. But
there you go. Thank you. See, when people are like, "Yo, why do you keep dying to this raid?" I'm just like, I just like chatting. Everyone's goofing.
Yep.
And then I misclick, and then I die.
Thanks.
That was one of the first streams that I saw of yours when you were playing. Is it the classic where when you die on WoW?
Hardcore.
Oh, hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the first stream of yours that I'd seen, and you died. And
oh, you saw my death.
The devastation. That's what made me follow.
Oh, great. Oh, I'm glad.
The pity follow. Hey, listen, a follow's a follow, okay? Follow's a follow.
Damn.
The light and the pain that was.
That hurts.
Greg, how does it make you feel? I feel like I'm gonna take it to my co-host on this one.
Yeah, no, you have to ban her, man. No, I'm just joking.
No shit, right? Like, she gotta go.
Now, that was a very devastating moment in my streaming career, though, when I died. I was like, damn, game over.
I honestly don't because I've seen two. Like, I've seen yours and I've seen Cloud Vibes, and both of those, I immediately asked Pterri. I'm like, listen, I don't know why these motherfuckers do this shit. I don't know what the fuck.
It's sadistic.
Going. Like, I'm already literally I'm in here and I'm like, oh god, I felt what the fuck just happened. It hurts so bad, and I didn't even play. Hats off to you guys.
Take it away, Pterri.
I fall off just far too often in WoW to do any of that. No, I think I was in a community with Cap before the Seven Kevins. Even that was it was less than 12 months ago that we first ever spoke. And I've never been a streamer ever. I've never had a video on my own channel, nothing. And then just essentially modded for a few people. And then a few months ago, got bullied into going live.
Who bullied you? Was it this
Fuck you,
guy?
Terry.
Was it this guy?
Whatever. I didn't want to work as hard, Greg, and she was pretty good at the talking, so I was like,
Well, I like that about your streams. Like Terry's on the left usually, and you. And I think when I first came into your stream, I was like, "Who's this chick?" You know, I didn't know. I didn't know how you ran your stream. So
yeah, she runs it. I just fucking do what I'm told.
And I found that I had a good time. I enjoyed it. It's definitely not something that I would ever want to do by myself. I think the idea of just sitting in front of a camera and chatting without somebody to talk to, I genuinely don't know how you do it. Like, for the few minutes that Cap gets up and goes and makes a drink, I'm sitting there sweating.
Oh,
trying
no.
to think of anything to say.
jeez.
Like, it's a bad time. But no, I think like core streaming, so much fun. It means I can play my games. We've got a really freaking good community that are in there every day. Like, you get to know everybody. And it's just really good banter. I enjoy it, but I'm never gonna do it by myself.
Also, you don't need a filter. That's fine. Like, I don't know what fucking professional bullshit you just pulled there with the frickin', but get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
yeah, she didn't read the guidelines. She didn't read the
Don't do
guidelines.
that.
I was scared. We talked about the guidelines, like.
No,
I'm
that's
still hung
You
up
made me put
on what
meth
she said.
away,
She
like-
said, I'm still hung up that she said, she didn't say inspired to, or they pushed me out of my comfort zone. She said I was bullied into it. That's,
Yes.
Fully. It really was.
and
but
that
it
is the
sucks.
best kind of people to have around. Is the
Yeah,
people who will
but
bully
it
you
sucks.
into
Push
it
your
'cause they know
greatness.
they know you need to. Yeah.
That's for real though, because that's where you get pushed outside of your comfort zone. That's where you learn things. That's where you do things that you've
Yeah,
never
Leon,
tried before.
absolutely.
how long. So how long were you doing this then? How long have you been doing this? I'm sorry, like co-streaming again.
Couple of months.
Wow.
Say how many months?
It's what?
It's been
literally like
since
2
Kick.
months. Yeah, that's
It's
like
been
2 months.
5.
3 months.
5.
It's got to be way more than
Oh,
that.
fuck.
5. Yeah.
I've
That's
got
the thing.
no concept of time.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm like, we've been doing this since the beginning of Kick, and we had the Kick anniversary 5 months ago. Of the
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 5 months then.
yeah. There you go. Just a
and
couple
how
of
long-
days.
How long have you two been? How long is Capping and Greg been doing? I don't know. Good vibes. I'm not saying that. I'm calling you Greg. It
You
feels
can call
weird.
me Greg.
Okay.
No, no, you call
Yeah, I
me
like
Greg.
I just wanna call you Greg.
It's fine. It's fine.
So I've never done any type of streaming. Like I said, I've done 30 minutes at a time here and there for Greg, like in the interim. But it's on his stream. I just show my ugly mug and my mustache and play my games as I always was and try to talk to people. And
Yeah.
Terry's been about 5 months into it. How long have you guys been active in the game? I know Greg, it's been a while. You've been on Twitch and everything. What about you, Cap?
I'm going on 5 years in like 2 months. It'll be 5 years. So like 4 years and 10 months or so.
So you get some
Wow.
you get some longevity, some skin in the game.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Fair enough.
This is the best time. I'll tell you right now, all the years of like experience were great and everything, but I'll tell you right now, as far as where we're sitting right now in this podcast, in these communities, in these chat rooms, I know that this is some of the best people that you'll be around. Like, it's just being on 3 different platforms for years at a time. All the people were great platforms. There's weird loyalty. There's things like that. The kindness has been here from day one. I haven't met
Yeah.
much other than that. And Greg, you were, did you start Twitch? Where did you start?
I technically started like on Mixer for a little bit because I was working, at Microsoft. So I was like, oh, cool, like some Mixer people helped me set up and all that. And I tried a little bit, and I was like, to Terry's attestment, like talking and like trying to figure things out on the fly when no one's there. I'm like, oh, this is really tough. Like, I don't know.
Fuck
So I stopped. It was like maybe 3-4 streams. I was like, this might not be for me. And then I went on Twitch, and my friends pushed me to it because we did a charity stream. It was like one of my first streams on Twitch. We blew it up. We told my friends and everybody, like, come on in. We'll do like fun incentives and, you know, raise money. And after that, I was like, oh, this kind of like blew me out of the comfort zone. I was able to talk to people and converse, and it was like co-streaming. I had like 5 people in voice chat, and I was like, this is where it's at. And so that was back in early April, I think, and then I hit affiliate end of April. So I've been like 2.5 years now. But yeah,
there's been definite like generations, and I think that, and I'm just gonna say this in the way that we treat people. I think the way that how we as people with some experience streaming treat new streamers is changing the whole fucking culture of the industry, because it was just mean in the beginning. Like, honestly, like, it was just people telling you, like, if you didn't do what they did, you're an idiot. And then you do what they do and it doesn't work. And then they're like, well, fucking tough for you. You're like, okay, wait a second. Let me just
yeah,
fuck what everyone says. And then you start writing your own path. And I think the what makes what right now is happening, everybody that's been fucked over by the industry, they're now understanding that w- teamwork is actually a good thing to have. There
hmm,
is strength in numbers when you go out there and realize we're all really working for the same side. The viewer's going to watch who the viewers watch. It is what it is. But when you have a bunch of streamers helping each other out and learning from each other, I think that's the best possible way that you can do this industry right now, personally. If people are just getting into it too. Like, I wouldn't tell Dr. Disrespect to change anything he's fucking doing, but
but I mean, to your point, right? Like Dr. Disrespect, you know, he has like Tim that he'll game with, or
yep.
whoever, right? And so again, like you see big streamers network, it's like smaller streamers should do that, or mid streamers, middle, sorry, not middle,
Right.
middle size, but yeah,
Freudian
no.
slip there, Greg.
Yeah, my bad. I'm mid. Okay, I'm mid, dude. No, I don't even know what a middle-sized streamer is. Like small streamers, you could, I guess. I feel like when you get a real community, I feel like you're middle size,
Yeah.
right? Because you already know
absolutely.
the ropes.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that being said, on that same topic, Cap, there's already a Courage. There's already a Doctor's Disrespect. There's already a Landmark. These guys have their communities. They have their niches. They have the way they do things and the way they stream and their personalities. Those guys already exist. If I wanted to go watch another Landmark, I'd probably just watch him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I already know what I'm gonna get. I already know whereas, I've never met another, in the streaming space, another Greg. He
Right.
does his thing, and occasionally that means to made costumes and throwing milk on yourself or whatever.
Alright,
It might be happening,
Dude.
but
I
there's
black out whenever I do that. By the way, I like when you said that, I forgot I did that, and then you brought it up.
Yeah, pretending like it's a childhood drama.
It
Whatever
is,
you
dude.
say.
It is.
This
No.
didn't happen.
Yeah, but so when I come into a different streamer or a smaller streamer's thing, I don't want to see copy paste. I'm looking for a new streamer to find a new community, a new thing.
Absolutely.
Something I can enjoy that I haven't necessarily watched before.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
creating your own lane. I mean, you can't copy paste what some of these bigger guys do, or any mid guys, because it's not going to work for you because it's not your thing.
Exactly.
And
especially if you know
do
the
what feels
people
right.
too, people will know. They're like, oh, well, they're just fucking copying their thing.
Yeah.
They're just doing that same stuff. Now, I will say, taking inspiration from what other people are doing, that is a good thing. There's a line between I'm copying content, or I'm taking, like, fuck, I really like them doing this, I'm gonna get in that realm and do it my way. Like, there's a sense of that. And I think what happened was, and Terry, you can kind of see what was going on with the whole Warzone thing and like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Fucking all these streamers picked one fucking path to get good at, and to go into a direction. The problem is all of them weren't pro players. So
Right.
the streamers that did Call of Duty content that was funny and they were personal, that was where it's at. But when you're just playing the gameplay, you got to either be pro at it and like not care about chat, or you got to be shit and funny. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, if you go gaming route. Like, Terry, what do you think about that aspect of things?
Yeah, I know that's something we've spoken about before, about especially when it comes to the gaming side, you've either got to be fucking good at the game or like you say, personal with your chat and making connections. And that's something that I really like about your channel. Like it's always genuine. Even if you're having a shit day, you'll come on and say you're having a shit day. If you're upset, you'll come on and you'll be upset. And you create like within the community, you create a safe space for people to just be themselves. And I think that 100% is a mirror of what you said there, Boofin, about being yourself and not just copying and pasting someone else. Yes, you can always take inspiration from what others are doing. That's how you learn, that's how you grow. You can decide also that you don't like the shit that they're doing and that you're never going to do that. But yeah, that's something that I genuinely like. You have never come on stream and not been yourself. And even if you let me come on and play games with you, and I'm fucking shit at a lot of it.
I'm not hanging out in the Good Vibes group for the gameplay. So
right, exactly. Like,
all right, dude.
Yo, Greg, wait, I gotta go hug him. Hold on.
Not true though. True.
We live together now. We didn't tell anybody where Greg moved, but we live together now.
Oh!
The doors went into each
Yeah,
other.
you see how exactly.
Bro, wouldn't that be funny though if I did move in with you?
How long do you think we can keep that going?
I don't know. Just Cat walking in naked, just in my. That'd be wild.
He just pops in the room like with a towel around, like, hey, did you grab toilet paper yesterday?
Yeah, like. Oh, you're streaming? Hi, sorry about that.
My bad.
Shit.
I don't know how near you two live, but you should fucking do that one day.
That would be a really good episode. Like I fly down and be like, set my stuff up. That'd be funny.
Dude. Let's just have
on that
Denny
same
Photoshop
thing-
some pigs.
On that same thing, Terry, people respect authenticity. That's what
Exactly.
it comes down to. People respect authenticity, and if they like you for you and you're authentic, they're gonna like you that much more.
Exactly, because they can build a connection with you.
How about
whether it be bullying or whatever the case.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a legit. I think I have a still on it on my about page. It's like respect the mods, and then I have Boofin. Respect him. He's sensitive. I still think I have that.
Is that still there?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
So Terry, I know, in the space of like 5 months now on Kick, you've now found a lot of new people. What's we're talking about being genuine. Can you describe to me, like, can you realize someone's being fake, on this platform? Like, have you been to a stream where you're like, oh, like those are the pinpoints that get me to not watch it?
I think there's a few things that make me not watch certain ones because I'm picky as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, in terms of the being genuine, yes. And I think it's something that for a good few times when I came on, like I would put on this mask and it'd 100% be like my work mask. And I'd try and be professional and I would be that fake person. And it was only from Kat being so fucking genuine and pulling that out of me that gave me I'd say the comfortableness to do it. I've been in some people's streams where they're quite new and you can see they're doing exactly the same thing. Like they're nervous, they're scared. So they put on that barrier, that mask, because they don't want people to have something to attack, I guess. And it wouldn't necessarily stop me from watching them if they were quite new. I think if they were a long-term streamer and they were still, you could see the way that somebody reacts to certain messages in chat, if they're uncomfortable and whether or not they're reacting in a genuine way. And I think if they've been going for quite some time and you can see someone is still very much happy clappy when someone's being a dickhead in chat, like call it out, stop it.
Yeah.
That would stop me from watching it. That would make me not necessarily trust that person because I know that their reactions aren't genuine. But like I said, for a new streamer, maybe not so much because it's very much me understanding that it's probably just coming from fear and them needing a little bit of a shield. And I think for something like that, I've done it myself where I've tried to make people feel a little bit more comfortable and ask them more questions to get them to open up a little bit. So I think it depends on the longevity and the way that they're reacting for me.
Yeah.
It was one thing I really liked with being able to I don't do co-streaming a lot. I do it with select people because of like my audio sensory issues. I'm a dickhead when it comes to streaming with me just because I have so much shit going on up here that I have to have it fucking set perfectly. But when I could get it get it going well, and when we find the right people, I really enjoy letting people get that open up feeling when they go live, because you see the rigidness when somebody new starts streaming and they start doing the thing that they see all the time, and it's like a robotic movement.
Yeah.
Then you say like then you start coursing some jokes out. You drop a little like dick joke here and there, like see how they hit, and then you start seeing the looseness happen a little bit. Then they add into it. Then all of a sudden they're looking at your chat and now they're doing the chat talking. So it's this transition of like I fucking feel that discomfort as
Mhm.
I'm streaming with them because of it's just the empathy feeling. And I remember it from when I fucking started and how uncomfortable that feeling is. And if I can anyway make that space, you still need to live in discomfort because you're not going to grow if you're not in it. But also, let me make you feel safe in this discomfort to know that nobody's going to fuck with you. Like, you're good here. Like, have a
Yeah.
blast. This is your playpen for a little bit. Like, enjoy yourself.
Now, I wonder if and maybe you guys can answer this as maybe some new streamers, and I don't know if it necessarily applies, but I would imagine that some of that like rigidness at the beginning, and like Terry said, like not calling people out on their bullshit. Somebody says something rude in chat or whatever, and they laugh it off, or don't ignore it or whatever the case may be. Is that new streamer like trying to build followings
Absolutely.
and popularity and community? I
Yeah.
wonder if that has because I can only
Absolutely.
speak for myself in that aspect where it's like I don't care. I do not
Mhm.
care what other people think. I know I'm not a jerk. I know I'm nice to people,
Well,
and I know I can be a jerk when it's
Quick
appropriate,
sidetrack.
right? Like I
after
can
you,
make
after like
I
6 cans of beer, we'll talk, but
Yeah. Actually, Boofin, start drinking. We're gonna get there by the end of this bad boy.
but like I would never talk to Greg like the way I do sometimes now when I first like
Mm.
hopped in the
Right.
stream. We've
Right,
built that
right.
rapport a little bit.
Absolutely.
So but like I don't care what people think of me if it's my stream and I'm working on building this community,
Yes.
this popularity. I'm gonna say my thing. Whereas I feel like some people are
Mhm.
maybe scared to offend. They don't want to maybe lose a viewer or whatever the
Absolutely.
case may be. Even if that viewer is not necessarily a one you want in the long term, that's another tick under the on the counter
Absolutely.
under the stream. So like I said, I don't know much about it. Maybe you guys can attest to that, but I feel like that might have a little
yeah.
sprinkle to do with it.
I
Yeah, for
have
sure.
a
Greg, you want to touch that? 'Cause,
yeah, I have a personal journey, and you might have one too, Cap. And some people in the chat may remember him, but so when I was starting new, right, I'm a people pleaser by heart. So yeah, I was a little scared. I was new. I was like trying to build a community. Viewer count was like big, so I was like, well, this counts as a viewer, even though this guy is horrible. And throughout the months, and it was kind of harder because there was a financial situation to it, right? The guy was like
Mhm.
dropping bits and everything. It's like, how do I do this now?
I fucking feel that, dude.
Yeah, how do I
felt
do
that
this
right in
now?
the chest. Fuck.
But again, like it comes up to the confidence of the streamer, and this is more wisdom now for people who are listening to this and you're new. If you have a dickhead, even if they're dropping subs or whatever, and they don't vibe your message, they bring down other people, ban them.
Yeah.
It's fine. The worst thing that could happen to you is that money gets refunded. And but then again, like that mental work that you do when you read chat and you play games, it's gone. So value your mental in terms like for your community. Situal says, is it bounty? No, not bounty. Not bounty. That's funny. That's funny.
Fucking Situls.
But yeah, no, like value your mental when you do stream, because it's supposed to be a fun place, because your viewers or community can feel it when you're getting quote unquote picked on or whatever, or the situation that you're in, and they're like, you just got to do you just got to do the work. And something that I've noticed too is when you bat for your community, and again, let's just say, Boofin.
Here we go again.
I just realized that I've never actually subbed to you in Kick. I just realized that I've only ever been gifted, so I figured I should pay it back. When you said he was gifting bits, I was like,
oh
man,
my
I'm kind
God,
of a jerk.
No. I love how that's in the podcast. You just hear this big train horn.
Yeah.
No, To attest, thank you. Let's just do a shout out for Boofin, bro, for the
Yeah.
$4.99.
That's my bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Way to go.
5 months I
It's-
never subbed.
It's
dickhead.
funny because you gave it to Botrix.
Yeah, I was looking.
You
No.
gifted.
Yeah,
You
you
gifted.
gave it
You
to the
didn't.
bot.
I just said I gifted one, dude. It just said gift a sub. I did it.
You gave it to
Sorry,
the
just
bot,
hit me up too.
It gave it to the bot for real.
That's
Run
so
it back.
funny.
I'm
Run
gonna,
it
I'm gonna
back.
need you to run that
Run it
back.
back, dude.
Botrix, yo, big ups to
Dude,
Botrix.
Botrix
Enjoy that 1
is
month.
sick, dude.
That's crazy. I just did gift an anonymous and give it to Botrix. Wow.
This guy, I hate Botrix, dude. On God, if I see that guy in any convention, it's hands on
It's a
sight.
wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. He's a wrap.
No, but
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Sorry
no,
to
no.
interrupt.
Going back though with Bounty, and he's a really core community member in my community, right? He was kind of the first one to like pop in and like converse with, not the first one, but like, you know, one of the few. And there's one moment in time I had some decent people from another community, and I vibed with the streamer, but the streamer did not like Bounty. And at end all be all, I messaged the streamer and I said, hey, I really respect you. I respect your craft, but you just, you know, you banned Bounty out of no context. And I'm just going to have to pull away. And, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to cause any drama. I just said, hey, just, I appreciate you. That this is it. If you want to DM me more, you can. And, you know, and
Did it on business.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, and things,
Yeah.
things fell off too. His only context was he's fucking annoying. I see. So the streamer thought Bounty was he's very annoying. Gotcha. And that's fine.
Not a
Yeah.
ridiculous take.
Not a ridiculous statement. And I get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm batting for my community. I said, hey, you know what? I get it. I think we should just kind of do our own thing in our own lane. You know, we can collab sometime, play RuneScape, whatever, but just kind of go away. And there's other things in the drama, but
I mean, if we banned everybody that was annoying, we would have what, 3 viewers?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Help me out. I'd be gone.
and to be honest too, you know, getting I guess if you don't have rapport and you're getting picked on, I get it. Like I honestly
Yeah.
get the perspective.
Yeah.
But you know, he's known Bounty in my community for a very long time, so it was a very interesting shakeup, like a switch up.
yeah, you're like, I'm sticking with the homie.
Yeah, so that's just one thing for new streamers. Like, you know, you build a community and you love community members. Batting for your community is way more important. You know, and making a stand for your community with those really tough decisions. And you just have to be confident, and you also have to be like respectful, right? If it was towards
Yes.
another streamer, just say, hey, love the craft, respect you, just pulling away. You know, let things cool off. We'll figure it out. So-
I think a lot of it too is find out which of the community members. So it's tough because you'll get ones that come in. Boofin talking about having the one and the ones that have the biddies and the wallet warriors and all that shit, right? They'll do these things, but are they a part of the community? Are they taking the spotlight over to them? There's something that I noticed where I did this moment in time that I started streaming where or in my streaming where I was like, enough's enough. These fucking people keep coming in and just all it was negativity nonstop, just complaining, complaining, and complaining. I realized that they didn't want, like, they were longtime homies, but they weren't a part of the community. They wanted to make every time they came in to be the spotlight on them, and then they were gone. And it was like, okay, do I cater to these ones here because I need to have am I looking for these numbers and all this other shit? At some point in time, you get rid of all the inauthentic, I don't even know that's a fucking word, but it sounds like it. Inauthentic people. And then I started rebuilding the community with the people around me doing it. So there is a stage in my streaming time where it's like, I'm not gonna do this because I don't want to lose this person, or I don't want to do this. So I'm gonna like turn away a little bit. I wish I skipped it. Like that's my advice here. I wish I skipped that part. I wish I skipped the part where I bend my ways of doing things for other people. I'm not talking about doing fun shit on stream and everything. Like that shit's fun. I'm talking about like when you know that people are gonna come in to make you feel a certain way. I don't care how much fucking money they give you. It ain't worth a penny, like, because it is just well, I mean, if you're, I'm coming from not homeless and I can feed myself standpoint.
And that's the
But if you're
perspective
there,
too.
then yeah. So if you're there,
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you need to do to get your paper. Like hustle the fuck out of whatever the fuck you got to do. Like put food on the table. But if you're not there, then go back to like, hey, this is how we're doing it here. If you don't like it, I love you. Have a good one. If you like it and you want to be a part of it, you're still welcome to be a part of it. You just got to change your attitude in it.
Yeah.
Like Greg, we talk about this all the time. Leave the right way. Don't close doors. You know, you got to. It's a mutual split or whatever. You just leave it things a good way. If they ever want to change the way that they behave and they want to come back, I will welcome them with open fucking arms all day. No problem. But right now, where I am in my life, I need to be forward thinking. I need to be positive. I need to be motivated. And I need to keep people around me to do that because my battery drains real fucking quickly. And I need homies to help fill it up just like I fill up them.
Yeah. It's time and effort too, right? Like if everybody, you know, you put an analogy, you said like, I'm running the train. And if you want to get dropped off, you can, but it's still going to move and you can get picked up whenever through the journey.
It's gonna go the path it's gonna go.
Because every time you say bye to somebody, it's so mentally exhausting, and you just have to be in like positive intent. Like if they leave and they want to come back in, that's fine. You know, there's a lot of mental work, or maybe you know people are going through stuff or whatever. Boofin's laughing. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, dude. Sigils, man. He's killing me.
Oh, Sigils, guys.
He's reading. Yeah, the best is when you read chat when
bridge once I get unmodded Elmo Fire, bro.
The best is when you look at fucking chat while like in-depth convos going.
Well, I was trying to keep it together, man. I was trying.
Your cheeks are so red. I'm like,
exactly.
just
trying, bro.
We know exactly what's happening too because we do it all the time. You just look because you'll do the nod, like and then you'll do the look over and be like.
I was like trying to keep it together, man. I knew it was serious.
Good shit.
Oh, that's too funny.
Take it away, Pterri. Sorry.
I was just saying. That's a really good point. Like the toxicity breeds toxicity, and I think you're absolutely right in that you need to decide what your goals are. And if it is that money, then you learn to deal with that level of discomfort, I guess. And you learn to understand that that's what your chat's going to be. But if that's not what you want it to be, because streaming is voluntary, right? Like it's something like you said, Greg, that should be fun. Have you ever heard the analogy swallow the frog?
No, I have not actually.
I've heard that one, but
so it's something that I use at work. When there's a specific task that I don't want to do because I know it's going to make me uncomfortable if that's like, and I know that it's going to upset somebody else. And it's something that I was taught where you have an invisible frog, so it's tiny, it's like this big.
Oh,
yes, the frog is a penis.
Wait, what?
Did you just read chat? Listen, the frog's a penis.
I got away. I put chat is over there now. I can't even see.
You know what's so funny, dude? I noticed when you did that, dude. You're doing great, Boofin. You're doing great.
Because Pterri was talking serious and I couldn't hold it together, and I was like, I'm done. It's going over there. I'm not looking anymore.
When I read permission to ban Fluff, sir, I lost it.
That's what it was. That's what it was. When he said spread good, what did he say? I looked back for a second.
Preach good vibes, spread bad vibes, dude. That was the motto.
Bad vibes. I was like, that's it. I'm done, man. I'm out of here. All right. So the frog's got a little tiny penis. We got it. All right.
It's a frog with a tiny little penis. This is from my work.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and you can swallow you're gonna have to swallow this frog at some point.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The penis. It's gonna make it better.
This is gonna ruin my entire work. Like
stuck in your head now.
It really is. You're gonna have to swallow this frog at some point, but it gets bigger every single day. So you can do it now, and you can cut that toxic person out now, and it's done.
That's a legit.
And it's only a tiny little frog, or you can leave it till the next day, but that frog's going to be a little bit bigger and you're still going to have to swallow it.
Oh, he's meaty.
Oh, that's what she said.
What if I want to swallow the big dick instead, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
is
what
that
my
fucking
question
hard?
was. It's like,
That's exactly what you did, though. Like, you let the toxicity go on for a long time to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point where it was bred
Ah,
throughout the
fuck,
chat.
good
Cap was
job.
Cap was choking on
Damn.
that
Swallow the
frog.
big frog.
That was
Damn.
legit.
And that's what
Fuck.
made it so much more difficult. It's the swallow the frog analogy. Like,
Well,
It's an
difficult for
excellent
you, but
analogy. Well done.
whatever.
Excellent
is.
analogy. That's all the crap. Yeah,
Fuck,
it was
that was
great analogy.
perfect. Spun that right back on me too. Like, good job. I don't even have anything. Nice.
Mhm.
So how big's your
So take
frog,
care of your shit.
Captain?
You know, I mean, it's after, you know, it's little. It's a fucking Greg.
It's okay. Oh, it's small too. No, it's all right, dude.
Yeah, it's a little dick.
No, that is really good though.
Yeah, that's a legit analogy
Yeah.
because you're absolutely right. You notice the fucking problem, take care of it right now, and it's so much easier. And once you start doing that all the time, boom, boom, every issue, like they're just tiny issues. I come across really blunt sometimes because I'm so used to just taking shit like right away now that like sometimes I forget, like, okay, hey, don't be so fucking straightforward, like sugarcoat a little bit and like have a little fun with stuff because I just love being done with anything that's bothering me anymore.
Yeah.
It's like fucking okay, hey, this thing happened, boom, done, fix it, we're good. Now I can carry on with my life. I love that shit.
Also, too, like this is more in terms of like maybe a toxic chatter just coming in like right away. I like to just be like presenting satire to them and just like making content out of them, which I know is like
Absolutely
not a very good vibe thing to me, but you're coming in really strong.
No, that is the thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Use it.
Right.
Use it
That's
to
very
advantage
good
and,
vibe.
And
make
then-
content.
Exactly. Like this guy, new viewer, I wasn't obviously, I don't like, I wasn't doing anything. I think it was just chatting, and he comes in really strong, like, hey, do you play Call of Duty? Like, let's get in a game. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm like rank like grand champ. Like, what's your phone number or something like that?
Yeah.
So, which isn't like a really trolly answer, but I was not like even doing anything gaming related.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
Yeah.
anybody who's in your community is immediately gonna know and pick up on that stuff, and they're gonna roll with it too. Like they'll
Yes.
like.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've seen where like Situals and other guys in chat, like they run with it and they like
Yeah.
beef it up a little bit, so these guys really start to think like you're this or you're that or whatever you're saying, or whatever the joke is. Oh god! And when it just comes crashing down. Oh,
It's
it's
beautiful.
so
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
so
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, because what happens is they finally realize and they disappear. And
Yep.
they're gone, or they're
Yes.
really angry
turn out
and they
nice.
get out of
Yeah, it
pocket
happened
and they
today.
get rightfully banned. It's
It
there's no
happened
other way.
today.
It's great.
Like
What
literally
happened to
today,
you?
So we had I'm pretty sure it's an older troll that with a different name because they have the same signature. You know what I mean? But I welcome trolls in my chat, and because they end up not having any fucking like it ends up being the fact they're like, fuck, this didn't work because chat is so together in on it. So they come in, they do the normal thing, and I was keying in on some words they were saying, and I was like, you're this one before. And I go, you probably already know the rules, but trolling is absolutely allowed here. You can fuck with people in chat as long as they want to be a part of it, and fuck with me. If they don't want to be a part of it, do not talk to them. That's my rules. Like, so, these motherfuckers in chat love this shit. Like, like they love it
Yeah.
because they will rip these trolls apart. Like, Beloved's the most brutal, kind chick I've ever met in my life. Metal Barbie will fucking slay it. Like, don't mess with Liz or Sam. There's so many of them. So it's great because they come in with these like, I'll fuck you with this dick and like all this other shit. And I'm like, go ahead, ladies, like have fun, like have at them.
And
After a
you know people
while,
who act like that, they get even angrier when they know it's the girls
Yep.
who are destroying them. Like,
absolutely.
the
Oh yeah,
masculinity-
absolutely.
their
Yo,
masculinity
this-
just shrivels up like a raisin in the sun. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it warms my heart to think about. It really does.
Dude, it's the best thing ever. That's why I gotta be like, yo, when you're done with it, let me know, troll. Cause like I understand how much this is about to hurt you. I enjoy when these ladies fucking humiliate me. It's my kink. But you, I don't know if you like this right now.
Excuse
Don't
me?
bully me, I'll come.
Yeah.
I gotta text my
So
ex, dude.
basically it happened. And everyone got in on it really quickly. It was really nice. There, Metal Barbie, they were saying something to her, and then it was about 8 minutes, and they were fucking gone. It was just crickets. It's like, yeah, well,
Nice.
you got owned, and
Just shriveled.
so and there's also levels too. My rules are no kids. Don't talk about kids.
Mhm.
And if they don't want to get trolled with, don't troll with them. That's my rules. I don't ban anybody. I force you out of the chat because you won't want to be here anymore.
Actually, yeah.
Like that. Like,
If they're not
like,
maintaining the vibe, they'll know. They'll
right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But on the flip side as well, like how many of them trolls have you actually turned around that have gone, well, fuck, like this
At
is
least
actually
5.
a really decent
Oh, Bounty.
banter and a good chat. I'm
At
staying. I like
least
it.
5.
I think I've gotten a lot of
And have
trolls.
stopped trolling.
How so, Greg? That is like going over to you. Like, I have like, there's been people coming in with a specific mindset. I'm coming to your chat. I'm gonna fuck with you, right? Because whatever they see the veteran tag or whatever they saw on my
Okay.
thing, I ended up being friends with some of them,
Yeah.
right? So they come in, they'll fuck with the trolls. Have you had this happen in your time? And are you now best friends with those people?
Oh yeah, no, seriously. Like Bounty came in hard trolling me. You know, and then like I became friends with him like day one because okay, so I was doing on RuneScape, you get the fire cape, right? And this was my first time doing this. You have to beat like a certain amount of waves of enemies and then you fight the big boss, right? And then he came from a raid.
It is very nerve-wracking the first time. It's a
Oh,
scary
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Because that you spend an hour and a half or whatever doing it, and then he can just one-shot you and you're dead, and the whole thing's wasted.
Mhm.
So it's very nerve-wracking. So I'll give Greg that little splash of salt. But I
Thank
was
you.
there for I was there when you did the first fire case.
Thank you. Yeah, no, anyway, so he comes from a raid, and then you know, I finally beat the boss, and they're like hustling me, Bounty and a couple other people from the raid. They were hustling me. They're like, how much, you know, gifted to crack an egg on your head? That's where it came from, by the way, was from Bounty. And I was like, I was like, you know, I was like, fuck it, you know, it's content. Never done this. Sure, whatever. And I do it, even though it's like really weird because it came really strong. It's like it felt trolly, but I was like, you know, it's gifted. You know, $20 is $20.
Listen,
Yeah, facts.
my dignity ain't worth much, you know.
and so what happened after that was Bounty and we were DMing on Twitch. He was like one of my first like DMs on Twitch because you can direct message people, and I was like, what are you doing? And like we hopped on a call, and then I gifted subs to Egg, one of my streamer friends, and then the friendship kind of came out really strong over and over. But I was really thrown off because I was like, all these people are so weird, dude. Like, what the fuck's happening? Like, I thought I was like, you know, I was getting, now I don't care. Like when people pop in, I'm like, okay, they're just, you know, here for content.
Yeah.
But at first I was like thrown off because it's like, are these guys like, do they have like a D grade kink or something like that? You know, like what's happening?
Is there an agenda here?
Right.
Was it one gifted for an egg? I don't, nah.
Damn.
Was it? Damn, I'm cheap. I'm a cheap date.
Really.
But then after that, like, you know, RuneScape, they're at least in the category that I was streaming in, there's a lot of trolls because it's an MMO. People type whatever they want, horrible or not. But yeah, I think I've became really good friends with them, and I think it's just like a mutual respect. Like, okay, I see you're poking fun. Let's poke fun together. And then like if it doesn't come off mean and there's a mutual respect, like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Or if it is mean, but it's also funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't be mean without being funny, because then you're just the dickhead.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very important differentiation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other questions lined up, Cap?
Yeah, what else you got, Cap?
I did not have anything lined up, dude. I'm sorry. Like the move and everything, I was.
Oh, you do not
thinking.
You don't worry. Hey, I always come in with nothing. I'm like, nah, I'll fucking vibe with you. Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. I don't know shit. So this is Boofin. Get it on this too. Pterri, what have you felt is an important part to co-streaming? So, the way that basically, is there a certain etiquette that you adhere to when you come on, you co-stream on somebody's channel that it like, where's your priority list at, and how you do that?
Yeah, I think I've only co-streamed on your channel, to be fair, and I think one of the biggest responsibilities is keeping you on track. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I like that. That's good.
No, that's
fucking
well done.
fact.
Yeah.
It's not even bullshit either. Like
Yeah.
that's a fucking fact.
Cat
No,
might
I
be
think-
driving the train, but she's in control of where the tracks are facing.
No, I think for me, what's really important, and like as I'm saying this just from only co-streaming on your channel, it's important to consider the person that you're streaming with, what their brand is, before I consider what I'm saying. So like on your channel, I know that pretty much nothing is off limits. Like if you want to make a cum joke, you'll make a cum joke.
Cum joke.
But the cum joke. But it also needs to be genuine, honest, and you do have a certain level of humor on there. So I feel like I need to keep that going. I've never really spoke to you about the things that go through my head when I'm like that I feel
I
my
know.
responsibility.
I know that's why I like
Weird.
this. Like, because we've never even talked about this part.
No. I think if it was with somebody else, there probably would be potentially certain things that are off limits. So obviously you need to consider what that person's brand is. I think getting to know the community, so getting to know the people that come in every day so that you can actually build genuine connections is probably just as important. Because essentially if it's going to be a core stream, it's your responsibility to guide it. Like you have to hit the buttons, you have to control what happens in the whole screen, and I don't know anything about that, and I don't want to. I don't want those responsibilities, but it is still my responsibility to respond to people, to try and keep it engaged, to keep you engaged, to make sure that we've got like little ways to make sure we're both keeping up with the chat, stuff like that. Don't leave dead air. So like
Yeah.
if we both need a pee break, like alternate it. So I'll stay and wait for a minute if you need to go off before I do. And again, I guess getting to know the person that you're streaming with is probably the most important thing, so that you don't leave yourself in a position where you're not both running on the same track, having the same goals at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that are my responsibility now I think
Yeah,
about
big
it.
time. Like I didn't even look at all those. You need a raise. God, yeah, I thought we were just having
Right,
fun
in a
playing
list.
games and shit. You know, like
What are some like tips and tricks when you're talking about like dead air, you know, for like new streamers? What goes through your mind, you know, on a day by day basis? Do you have like a certain talking points like always like ready? Do you have like a list ready to go, I guess?
Who are you asking?
What?
Sorry, Greg.
I don't know what's happening on Boofin's side, dude. He like showed us his window.
No, because I just noticed that, like, you know, I've got because the light's kind of like behind me a little bit, and I was like, I wonder if I open this, will it look a little bit better? Like, there's a lamp out there, but I don't know, maybe I'll. But as soon as it was like, I was
I like
way
that
too
window.
bright. So
I thought someone like knocked on your window,
That is a
dude.
nice window.
no, I'm
That's
on
a
the
nice
third
window,
floor.
dude.
Nobody's knocking on my window. It's
Someone could, dude.
that'd be uncomfortable. I'd be nervous.
No, this was to Pterri though. Like, how do you feel like dead air?
Like
Is
I
it
told
tough?
you earlier, sweating.
Sweating?
No, I don't have anything like pre-planned. I don't have anything ready to talk about. And I'm also super conscious that if we're in game, the chat can't see my screen either. So I might just talk about like what I'm doing in there. Hopefully there's somebody that's chatting in the chat. So that I can have a good conversation with them. And that's why I think it's important to build connections with the people that come in, so that you can ask them personal stuff.
Yeah.
So like, you said you were doing this yesterday, how did that go? Stuff like that. No, I just spend my time sweating, panicking, and hoping someone says hi.
You do a really good job, to be honest, though, because like it is like I do just fucking dump it on him. Like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. See you later. And like,
Oh my god.
bam, here's your phone. Oh yeah,
Terry,
that's
good
literally
luck.
like, yeah.
It might
And
be a
then
minute, it might be 20
here, here's another fucking freebie thing that I shouldn't tell everybody. But sometimes when she's killing it on chat, I will just sit on my bidet that she's warm water on my butthole and listen to it
No
while she's
shot,
doing it until
dude.
she starts struggling, and then I go back up there because she's killing it. Like there are times where
Damn.
I'm like,
That's
You
dope.
could have just said it. You could have
fucking
just said
contract.
on outside of the camera. You could have just said
Yeah, you
anything
could have
else.
just said that, dude.
No.
Do you remember the part about genuine and honest?
Authenticity.
Always honest.
Authenticity.
No, I literally like because there's times where she's killing it, right? She's on a roll, and they'll be like, so there's genuine connections in the chat. She's having these conversations. I don't want to step in and fuck with that right now. Like,
Yeah.
I need a second, anyways. I'll just take an extra minute. Like, you know, I'll start making a protein shake or do whatever I'm doing. But there's times where she does this talk in the chat, and it's a really nice thing. And then there's times where it's really hard. I mean, there's times where it's like I rush because we already didn't have really good chat engagement. So we're playing a game where we're engrossed in the game. So it's not a lot of it's banter back and forth between us, but not a lot to chat. So I'll go really quickly because I know that it's gonna be hard talking to the fucking chat about your fucking inventory because nobody gives a shit about
Yeah.
about that. So and that's where she steps up to the plate really well and takes over the role and does it. And I try to do my best to either allow that to be her space to do it, or hey, I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Like it's gonna be quick because it fucking, you know, I understand how much this sucks. I've been there. And now I don't like like for me, I don't give a fuck when chat's dead. I'm like, fuck yeah, I get a little break for like a half a second. You know what I mean? So like if you guys could just stop coming to my channel, that'd be great.
Oh my god. What a perspective though, right? Like, you know, like new streamers, it's like, yeah, I want to chat to everybody. And then when you stream for a long time, years or like just a daily stream, like sometimes I push 12 hours. When it does get dead, I'm like, okay, a 5-minute break. I'm just thinking in my head, maybe thinking of future talk points.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And then I go again, because not every minute it's going to be best gameplay, even though like in a dream world we want that, but you know, take advantage of the slow. Yeah, when it does become slow.
Time.
Yeah,
either up here or out here. New streamers is out here. Like that slow time is a practice. Like, you know, just get yapping about some stuff, you know, talk about things. The older ones, like that's the time, take a fucking break in your brain for a second, recuperate, you know, because you can feel when your energy is dying in the stream. You know, doing 8-hour, doing 10-hour, doing 12-hour streams, like you can't maintain that level the whole time, especially if you don't have engagement in chat. So take that time that you don't have to maintain that high level energy and just be like, all right, let me just take a second, fucking reevaluate what I got going on. What do I want to be doing next? Do I want to stay with this game right now? How am I feeling? I got 2 hours left of this, or can I fucking switch it over? It's a good place to like get yourself wrapped around, you know, your own thoughts. Yeah. Bump, by the way.
Some little nose beers. Do we want to do a shout out to your code right now?
I mean, I'd love it. Like,
do it, bro.
You know, I'm affiliated with Bump. It's just caffeine, but like, you take it up the nose. So,
dude, this guy legit thought it was.
Boofin's like
on Boofin's face.
Boofin's like a wee fucking.
Let's get ready, dude. Where's my keys?
I wasn't sick.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are on my channel and you go and you want to buy this, I get 20% of the sale. So like, it actually fucking help. Like I made $16 on my own purchase. So like,
oh hell yeah.
It actually like.
What's the code? What's the code?
It's honestly it's just a link. Like
it's an affiliate link. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll drop it for you once it pops up on Botrix, because again, I don't know how to find it other than that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Hey, we'll put it in the YouTube description, dude.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And it really is. It's caffeine and like whatever binder they use to make it not fuck your nose up is bad. But it's I mean, it's a gimmicky thing, but it is caffeine and it does work. Like,
what's the milligrams on
energy. It? No, fuck me.
I just want to know.
100 milligrams.
That's
no, the serving size is 100 milligrams and there's 10 servings, so there's 1,000 milligrams.
That's actually not bad. Red Bull's like, I think
this is like $8.99. I think this one of these is $8.99. So 1,000 milligrams of caffeine for $8.99.
It would be kind of funny to do it on stream.
I do it all the time.
Just
dude.
have a nice little line.
Dude, I forget too that like it's not like the act that I'm doing is associated with a non-legal thing. I used to be so good about disclaiming like this is illegal, and then I would show it. Now I literally like I'll be just chopping a line.
You actually chop it up?
Oh yeah,
babe, give me a straw, babe. I got $1 bill.
I got
Oh my god, dude.
Lord.
That's amazing.
I was waiting for him to pull a tampon with the flared thing out. I was waiting for him to pull that out and be like, "Oh Jesus!"
That is so nutty, dude.
I forget because I was like doing it as like this fun joke thing, and then I was like, "Fuck, you can get affiliated with this thing." They're giving 20% kickbacks. Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck is that? So
Okay,
here I am bumping lines of caffeine on Kick. So
that's awesome.
It's allowed in the guidelines. We checked.
yeah, we did check. We did check. It is okay.
I might try it.
It's legit. I mean, honestly, like Liz can back me up. Like Liz doesn't do shit. She's never really done any drugs, and like she bumps lines with me all the time. So it's kind of cool because I have this like bumping lines with my wife thing going on. Even though it's it's not nose beers or booger sugar. But if you got any of that though, you know what I mean? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't do that anymore. My heart can't. I'm too
We're
old.
kidding. We're not kidding.
Yeah. But for real though.
I honestly forgot what we were talking about. I'm so sorry.
Terry was talking. I'll get you back on track here. I'll adjust
Thank
the
you.
rails
Yeah,
for
Boofin.
you.
Thank you,
Boofin,
Boofin.
thank you for being the best host ever.
Honestly, dude,
Like,
he's
why
hosting it, dude.
Love it.
Terry was discussing about like when you're co-hosting, what precautions are you taking or steps you're doing to to
True.
maintain that streamer's thing. So like the few times I've done with Greg, it's not even a co-host. He's just not there. He takes my Discord screen and he puts it up.
Good
and
luck,
he lets
Boofin.
my
Oh,
and he lets
my
my mic like play at the audio via Discord. And he says, "All right, kid, I'll be back in 2 hours. Have a good
High
time."
five, Greg.
Yep.
That's
You
right.
just-
Your face at him leaving for a few minutes, Greg.
It's just like mods and obviously like Boofin and other close people. I'm like, they're not gonna ruin my stream. I trust them enough, and if they want to, well, but if they want to drive and stuff and like make content, have fun with it, because I'm working, right? I do a lot of work from home, and so when I did those radio streams, I would open it up when Llama gets back home or Boofin, and they want to run like RuneScape content. I'm like, all right, well,
I love that.
gives me something to watch.
How many times have I DM'd you or texted you and it's been radio stream in all caps because I'm 2 or 3 hours ahead of him, so I get home 4 p.m. or whatever the case is. I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs like I don't want to do Hydra, man. I want to hang out.
Right.
So as far as the original question goes, he says, "All right, good luck, kid, whatever." But it's very easy because it's exactly what Terry said. I know the way Greg acts and his, at least on stream, and his brand, and it's the same thing. I'm not going to say or talk about or make jokes about anything that's over the line or OD. It's just just basically understand what that person is looking for, and if they trust you enough to have you pretty much represent them is really what it is.
True. Yeah.
It's respect that and know where the line is going to be.
Yeah.
With as far as like chat goes, it's super easy for me on Greg's stream because like I hang out with Situals and these guys like in Discord when Greg's not streaming. I play games with them, like so it's a very normal thing, and it's very easy to do the same back and forth stuff, just like if we were in a Discord chat hanging out. And it's a lot of the community I know, and they know me, so it's really easy for me to do that with people. But again, just like I'm not cracking eggs on my head or nothing, but keep the energy up. Keep the energy up. Try to maintain that, and I don't try to be Greg at all.
Right.
So how do you deal with dead space, Boofin?
I follow. I use chat, man, because at least for Greg streams, chat makes it so easy. Guys like Situals and Denny and Bounty and Llama, they make it so easy to work off of them.
Yeah.
And they might be typing. It's just banter back and forth. They're typing it. I'm talking. That's the only difference. So I find that that's the easiest way. If I have to pee or whatever, all right, guys, entertain yourselves. I gotta go pee for a minute. And I run off, and I'm not gonna be gone for 10 minutes and make a sandwich, and whatever the case is. But yeah, if he says, all right, I'll be back in 2 hours, like I try to plan my best to be hanging out for the 2 hours. He's kind of entrusted me to entertain these people for a while, so I do my best to do that. But can't sit in one place for too long. You gotta pee eventually. So
yep.
I got a big level of
streamers gotta
respect. Yeah, I got a big level of respect for you guys too, because it goes the other way. You said how he entrusted you with the stream, and that's awesome. And it's like a big thank you for being able to be available to doing those kind of things. Like that's awesome. The other way around, every little bit, I know this for myself. Every little bit that takes amount of the mental stress that goes on up here with streaming. Anybody that helps out with that is such a fucking valid person in
Yeah.
your community. And just those times, like I talked about going pee, Greg, you got to go for a couple hours. Boofin, you step in. The To know that your fucking home is taken care of by people that you trust, it is a invaluable thing, and it's like it's worth its weight in gold. Those are two conflicting things, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It's a massive fucking big thank you for being able to do that, because just like, even I still do shit. I still piss in a bottle sometimes when I'm streaming so that I don't lose viewers when I go pee. Like I fucking still
Yo,
do
that's
shit that I was doing 4.5.
wild.
Also, because I'm lazy as shit. So like,
gotcha.
there's that
That's
as
just
well.
justification for the behavior he was doing before. I see.
Right, I was already being lazy, and now I use
Mhm.
streaming because of it. But for me to be able to just like take a breather and do that without having to like fucking freak out about this nonsense stuff that I still do, it's just still ingrained in me. It's nice. So it's a big thank you to you guys for giving us the ability to live lives while we still do our fucking job.
Yeah. No,
Shalama as well.
yeah, Llama too. Llama, Situals, everybody. I think too, and we've been touching it a lot, and this is like, wisdom for new streamers. When you do build a community, like maybe, let's say 1-2, you have a mod, whatnot. And this is like really starting out. And you built these rapport, these genuine friendships. Crowd work is what it's all about, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think Super Team, which again, another good friend of mine, he does it really well. He's so funny. Like, he was playing RuneScape, which is a very boring game, right? And the first time him playing it, and he's killing like these low level NPCs, and he'd just make a joke about like my sister, like, what the fuck did you say about Allie? And like would like punch, like would kill him. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck did you say about Citrals? And then like kills a goblin, And then what he's doing is he's bringing in chat engagement now. Like, oh, what?
Absolutely.
Like, or it's like you get a new viewer. Right,
that's fucking classic.
And their name is Goblin Slayer, and it's like, oh, dude, like I've been waiting for you, bro, and like, oh, chat, weren't we just talking about this guy, dude? It's been a long time. I haven't seen you since high school. How are you? And then you bring your chat to talk about it, make like almost like a skit, in which like,
fuck that, I'm taking that. That is fucking smart as shit. So that is a beautiful.
Yeah, and it's about building lore and story built. Like, it's all about storytelling and building lore. Because now next time you get new viewer Goblin Slayer, it's like, oh, dude, how was Coach, man? How was so you build fake lore with them?
Yeah, and then like, fuck, that's lit.
So that sucks of it as a viewer. That sucks somebody right in, like, you immediately, they're making jokes and chat's involved and and it's like the spotlight's on them for a second. That as like a new viewer, that's not happening in you pop in a Dr. Disrespect stream or something. Stuff like that's never happening, right? It's all about gameplay and stuff like that. That sucks you in, and sucks you in. That makes you feel like a member of the community immediately. You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back for that and hang out and And it's probably not, the next 2 or 3 times you hop in the stream, they're gonna still roll with that and and then you get to build off that and make jokes and everything else.
I love that. Fuck, I love that so much. Like, that's such a cool thing. Damn.
No, all improv, all skit.
Yeah. And sometimes your personality just works, because Greg scammed me out of a T-bow and I still stayed. So
that's true. That's true. One of the best weapons in RuneScape. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm giving away a T-bow. People were popping in my stream, and it's this joke that Llama, one of my mods, T-bow is twisted bow. That's why people call it T-bow. But I was giving out a cup of tea and a regular bow. It was a T-bow.
Get the fuck out of here.
I put an asterisk on the very T-bow. So people.
I wasn't looking at that. I didn't look at that. I didn't see that. Somebody popped into the clan and was like, "Yo, this guy's giving away, like, he's doing a big giveaway. It's like T-bow grand prize." So I didn't look at the asterisk. I was like, "Oh well, let me go check it out." Like, I'm always down.
Oh my god.
the Tebow is worth 1.3 bill. My entire RuneScape 2-year career, my account's worth a bill. Like, so I was like, oh well, what if I win? Like, I'll check it out.
Yep.
Dude, that is the fucking best shit ever.
You have to, and as a new streamer too, it's like wisdom, and even like my size too, you still have I wouldn't say clickbait, but make it fun, you know.
It's fun. It's
Make it fun.
Yeah.
Like
Make
there
it
were
clickbait that is not
Yeah.
angry. Make it fucking nice.
Yeah.
Good clickbait.
Even when that happened, I was like, nah, you got me.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because like you gotta be like, he did all the loopholes. There's the asterisk, like fuck, he got me
Yeah,
good on that
yeah.
one.
And I think at the
There was a
time I was
half a
like
second.
drinking. I was like like I was calling every Friday my birthday stream. So I'm like, oh, like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
encouraging people like who's drinking, we're having fun. Like it was just like almost like a kickback how I did my Friday streams a long time ago. So
Yeah,
No,
even,
that's
like,
so bad. So
it
Greg,
was- it
you
was
were
good.
the troll that we were talking about that became best friends. Like,
yeah, I guess I was the troll.
You platform trolled and then sucked in best homies out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like it's, I mean, for me personally, like, and I feel like a lot of people, you know, a lot of like people are like this, where like the jokes and the banter, that's like that's fun. That's the fun
Yeah,
stuff. You know, people
absolutely.
we're not, you know, we're not soft skinned. You know, a good joke's
Yeah.
a good joke, man. It makes you laugh. So like when that happened, like I said, I was like, all right, you know, and that was like, that's the stuff that I'm about, right? I love
Yeah.
making the jokes and being a little
Absolutely.
out of pocket, and you know, we
Yeah.
say, you know, talking a little across the line, you know, with some of the lads that I know can take it. So as soon as that happened, I was like, I'll probably come. I'll drop a follow. I'll be back.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
check things out. You know?
I'm about to
Yeah,
check him out again, but I'm gonna be mad about it. But I'm gonna check it out again. Like that was a really good thing he did there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, and I popped in once or twice more, and it was the same sort of stuff. And it was the people that, you know, that I vibe with, and that, like, that's my kind of thing. So I just never ended up going away, and now he's stuck with me, the bastard.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I fucked up.
Yeah.
To double down too, I didn't do too many of those, but I did give out real stuff. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you
there was
know,
a bunch of
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that was real
Was it a
stuff.
T-ball?
No, it was you know, worth stuff in the game, like millions of dollars worth of gear and stuff that was definitely given away. That's just one little fucking asterisk.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So funny.
But yeah.
So what you were just saying there about like advice for new streamers, just to reverse this. If you two could go back and restart your entire streaming career, but with all of the knowledge that you've got now, what would you do differently?
Great question, Terry.
Thanks, Boofin.
I'm gonna let Cat. I don't even know where to start.
So, I said a lot of words that I didn't back in my mind when I started. I always didn't give a fuck, but I did give a fuck. Like that was the thing. It's like I said it, but on the inside, like I cared, and like it affected me in my personal life. Like you go out there and you do this thing, and I had always done things my way, but I was always second guessing everything.
Mm.
Always not. I didn't have the confidence in my decisions. I didn't. Everything I was doing was wrong, and I was watching terrible. Like I'm going to be absolutely real. I was watching terrible fucking streamers succeed, just really fucking bad streamers, and I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? Why is this happening? They're so bad at what they fucking do, and then I stopped doing that, and I just stopped fucking doing that. That was it. If I had taken the time to not give a fuck about what anyone else was doing right in the beginning, that would have been my get-go, is like to learn on my own in my lane and like continue to grow and then like use the positive growth. My biggest issue was I took so much of the negative parts and I focused so much on that. And then I look back now and I'm like, I wouldn't have watched my streams at the beginning because I'm like, yo, this guy's just bitching about shit.
Yeah.
There's difference when you're bitching with context and you're bitching to have conversation and stuff like that. And then there's fucking complaining. And I realized like I was complaining. And it was complaining because I was surrounded by a sea of people that welcome the complaints. And it was one of the like we going back to touch on like the look at me crowd. I was a part of that. Like I was feeding that culture. If I started that earlier and immediately went into spread this message, you know you want to do this all the time, I think it would have changed. So it would have changed the group that I had around me at the time that I had around. But in a nutshell, I wouldn't change anything. So like I didn't want to take that cop out answer. So that's what I would have done. But in a nutshell, I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't fucking be sitting here in front of you, wonderful people,
True.
had I
Yeah.
have changed a thing. So that's the easy answer out. I just like if we could make this moment still happen and change something, absolutely that's what it would have been. I would have cared less right in the beginning.
Yeah, I think I got to say the same thing. Like, have a like more of a backbone. Like you already
Yeah.
did, but it was more like build a backbone, stay on your ground, and also, wow, I just had a stroke and blacked out. No, have the confidence, right? Like,
Right.
one thing too, and I think it might be a version of greed or you wanting more as a streamer, which again, like I understand. I understand because you see other people around you doing other things, but you just know your journey is specific to you. Be
Yes.
confident in what you've built, and you made it. Like if you have a nice community willing to talk to you and you have interaction, whether it's on Twitter or Discord or
Yep.
in the chat or whatever,
Yep.
you made it as a streamer.
Absolutely.
You need to know, like when my friends come, my real life friends, and they're like, oh, you're still streaming, and they see me do X, Y, and Z. They see me as like a XQC because
Yeah. Yes.
I'm putting
Yeah.
effort. One of my old high school buddies, he just started streaming like a week ago, and he messaged me like, hey, I'm on Twitch. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'll follow you, whatever. And then I think he came into my Twitch chat when I was multi-streaming. He's like, dude, I don't know how you do it. Like you have it locked down.
Right.
And so
Right.
like that's when you need to know as a streamer, like you done it, right? Like just build
Yeah,
off that.
Absolutely. Right. Exactly. Take away those unnecessary this unnecessary mindset of all this gradient shit and just know that you've built what you've got now. The people around you keep that shit running and they just keep moving forward with it. And
Mhm.
it's a really nice thing.
Yep.
So grow balls, stick to your values.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Terry, so I want you to talk about, if possible, what do you do in the outside world? What's a little bit about your current career stuff? And how does that translate into your life in the streaming world? Because I know that there's a lot of crossover.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, just to clarify, I don't make people eat micro peen frogs.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I don't think you had to specify that. I
You did
don't
not
think
have to
you
say
had
that, but now
write
it's
that.
got me thinking.
Yeah, like
Now
like
I'm concerned what
does
you're
she
doing
make
with
people
frogs.
eat?
I work for one of the largest internet companies. And I started off there 10 years ago. I just went in as a call center advisor, planning on staying there for 12 months because like who wants to work in a call center? Not me. But then the job grew, the job changed, and now I run my own center. But one thing that I specifically like about, well, a couple of things, but one thing I specifically like about the company that I work for is the values that they have. So it's very much around in management levels, training people how to tell a story, how to have a good conversation, how to make personal connections. There's a lot of focus on like the importance of mental health. There's a lot of focus at whatever level you are about how you have a personal connection with your customers. And I think I've taken so much from that. They're also very much moving into like the gaming world because internet gaming. So they're taking a big interest in gaming and streaming these days, which sounds perfect to me. I'll like if you can game for a job. But I think for me, it was only a week ago I was in another training session. So they keep training all of the time. And the training session was specifically around how you can tell a story to an audience that's not engaged. And the person that was on training is somebody that presents the news and stuff like that. And the first thing that he said is, I don't know if any of you know any streamers, but speak to a streamer.
No way.
Yeah.
No
And
way.
their opinion on telling a story to an audience that's not engaged.
So do they know that you co-stream?
No, they do
That's
not.
beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. That's why, like, it just fell in. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck,
It was
yo?
perfect.
And when that person said, if anybody knows a streamer, you were like, Do you guys know any? I
Yeah.
I
She
think
didn't say a fucking word.
I've seen that
Yeah.
CaptainKoolWhip now lately.
Yeah, why do you draw my card? Shit.
Yeah, right. Here's a
But
question.
no,
Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say no. It's I really, really like the values that they have of keeping it personal, keeping it authentic when it comes to mental health, and they're teaching me a shit ton of skills about how to have a conversation. Like it's perfect. It works
Hell
so
yeah.
well. It translates so well.
That's awesome. Do you, so maybe not in like your work area, but maybe like in real life, potentially like at a coffee shop or something, you hear something. Have you ever promoted Kaptain? You ever?
Why are you calling me out like this?
No, I just
I
wonder.
fucking love this,
I
Greg.
wonder
Thank you.
because like
I also wonder.
you know, sometimes I promote myself in the real world if it comes to context, and I don't feel weird giving that information because I'm like, oh, you're kind of cool. Like, yeah, I do stream that XYZ. Here's my tag. But like, have you ever like promoted somebody in real life? I don't know.
The honest answer is I don't go outside. So the only places that I get to do that is either in work.
Here we go again.
Or with my friends and family. And the people that I work closely with, I've promoted it there. They don't know I'm on it. But I know there's a couple of people that have followed from work.
Thank you.
And my friends and family.
Gotcha.
Fuck you, a little bit.
A little bit.
No high five.
I'm gonna cut this out of the episode, but thank you whoever gifted the 20 bomb. I don't know, it was anonymous.
Hell yeah.
So thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, was this you, Boofin? It's not you.
No.
Okay, all right. You're looking at your face, dude.
Nope. It's not me.
Okay. Anyway, no, that's great though. Have you promoted anybody, Boofin? Whether it was me or with
This is
Boofin?
have
this
you
is
promoted me up? No, I'm just joking. I just wanted to know though. Like,
this part of my life is very different from the rest of my life.
Yeah.
This is
sexuality thing.
this is cool. So this is like
Exactly. This is
your closet.
None of my friends are in this type of space.
Uh-huh.
None of them are light up keyboard warriors. This is a very separate part of like my personality and my life. It's not something any of my friends, they know that like I said, I played, competitive Halo. They knew that I was like really, really good at that. And they knew that like I did a few things back when I was in high school with that, but they don't know about, a couple of my friends know that like I know computers and like they come to me for some computer advice and like helps with building and buying and stuff. But no, they don't know that I'm involved in any sort of streaming community or capacity. They don't know how, they know I play video games like everybody else. They all play Call of Duty or whatever and hang out. But yeah, they don't know how this part of my life is. I don't know. It's just
that's nice.
I have my friends on my life, and I love them, and I have interest with them, and we do stuff together all the time, and I hang out with my people all the time. But this is just something totally separate. That
Yeah.
Do you like keeping the world separate?
Yes.
Yeah. It's one thing that it's been hard as a streamer because you really can't. Like at the end of the day, like it's really tough because eventually it's gonna bleed into something.
Yeah.
So I let my like family, like I don't promote much. The only thing I really put on my Facebook and stuff is like I put Denny's fucking thing he did for me because it was baller and I was so proud of it. Like I'm like I want my family to see like where the fuck I started, where I am now with the people I have around me. So I did that. But honestly, I tell them, I'm like, listen, come on in if you want. Know that you ain't getting what you think you're getting. And I'm a very open person with my family too. But I'm like, you have to understand that this show is a fucking show of me just literally just hang out and have fun. Like, so if you don't want to
break my mom's heart if
if
she came in, bro.
My mom's seen it a couple times. Like she's been in a bit like on Twitch and stuff, but like I said, don't come over to the kick side because like I absolutely do whatever the fuck I want over here, and it's within the TOS kick within the TOS. Yeah,
and it's not like,
I don't wear
not like
pants
any of my
ever.
nobody would care. They'd all, all right, dude, whatever. That's something you're just cool. None of them would care anything. It's just not something that they do or are super involved in any way.
Right.
So it's not something that really comes up. But yeah, I think I do like keeping it separate. It's like
that's nice.
It's
Y
like
yeah.
it's like when all of your totally separate friend groups come together for your birthday and you're like, I don't know how this is gonna
Ah,
go.
right,
You know,
Ooh,
right,
that's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's and like for
That's
me, like
perfect.
in high school and stuff, like I was athletic and I hung out with like the more athletic like jockey types, and then I also
Yeah,
hung out with like some of the uwu type people, and
yeah,
like I had a little bit of friends everywhere, so it's like
absolutely.
so I still maintain a lot of friendships in very different places, and I hang out with people that are like some people find out they're like, really, I would have never guessed you're friends with that person. It's like, yeah, it's my
Mm,
dog, like
You're
it's super
right,
cool,
right.
but I don't think I would bring a lot of those different groups together. I very much like the chameleon thing that and it works out for me, and I wouldn't invite them all to a birthday party, that's for sure.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
so it's the
Mhm.
same concept, where like keeping my friend groups separate, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to
But yeah.
point out just how freaky that was, though. I don't know if anyone caught that, because of how Kaptain and Pterri are so synced. They just go for a sip of water at the same time, and just
I didn't
I
see.
was like, yeah, they do co-stream. Holy crap, dude, what the fuck? That was so weird. I thought I was in the Matrix for a second. I was like, is my ball like rigged? Like, that was weird.
That's funny.
Did- Red pill or blue pill? You know?
Right. No, that's a good answer though, Boofin.
Yeah.
As I've grown more and more, I like to keep this now more my space as well. Like I don't really promote
Mhm.
too hard like I used to, because obviously in a new streamer, you're like, I look friends, A, Y, and C,
Yeah.
like or A, B, C.
Numbers.
That's what I'm doing. But now I'm like, oh, cool. Like this is my playground. This is my space. You know, like this is just me. And if people want to pop in because they know I stream, I mean, come on in. But now it's like I know what direction I'm going and whatnot. So that's cool.
Yeah, and like when COVID started, like I'd mentioned, he like was a mod for Gingerbeardy, which is like a pretty prominent. He averages like 200, 250 viewers. He's mid, you could say.
Mhm,
He's in like that
mhm.
middle space, where his community is a little bit bigger and whatnot. And like my IRL friend and me were in there, and da 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 chit chat, and we were up in the late nights, drinking in Discord after and hanging out and stuff. And it was our
Mhm.
friendship almost changed a little bit, because it's like it's in the streaming space and stuff. I'm still me, by far at the end of the
Yeah.
day. But like, I'm not talking to
Different
my friends.
etiquettes.
I'm not talking to my
Yeah.
friends. Like, I'm not dropping no please comes
Yeah.
around my friends and stuff. Like
God, that's
the
so honest
Yo,
though.
you know what
I'm
I mean?
fucking, I
Like
am
we
hard as
say
shit
we
right
say
now.
out of pocket shit, and like we like we make jokes and stuff, and we do all the same thing, but like it's very different,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
maybe in some of the types of humor or some of
Hmm.
the types of jokes that we drop. So it's like our friendship changed a little bit. It for the better, luckily in this particular case, because we would like I'd see him around or whatever, and we'd fucking we'd look at each other, like make jokes or like know what
Yeah.
we were thinking, like at
Yes.
the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
time with
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
worked
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
then, but like I can see it being the totally opposite thing for some of my other friends that like I'm really good friends with, but I think it would go the opposite way for some of them, and that might not be true. It's just not something I'd be willing to risk, I guess, if that makes
Hmm.
You
sense.
don't want to bridge the gap in chance that it doesn't be received well
And
because
things go
everything's fine the way that is now, right?
totally,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And if it happens on accident, like great,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Especially if
Yeah.
if I find out that they're like involved in some streaming communities or some stuff, like a lot of
Then you might be
community.
more inclined
And I might
to.
be, because maybe they
Yeah.
understand a little bit, that this is like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
different,
Hmm.
and some of the jokes we make are pretty ridiculous, and they
Yeah.
might understand the humor a little bit more, so that might go
It's
a little
it's
differently. But
exactly like we do with the veteran community. It's the same shit. It's like when you get a bunch of veterans by themselves together, listening to the shit that comes out of our mouths is fucking
oh my
disgusting,
lord,
I've
right?
noticed
my
that.
pops, my pops
Just
did two
fucking
tours. He's been
Hmm.
Yeah,
it's
he's taken
disgusting.
me to the VWF a couple times, and
Yeah, yeah,
you guys are some
yeah.
crazy bastards. Yeah, like
And
these.
then you have to like translate that into the civilian world. So like you do a little like, hey, I'm gonna do a little
I'm doing
fishing to
something.
see
Hmm.
where
Yeah,
are we at on this humor. And then sometimes you land on one that like, okay, you're fucking right here. Come on over.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
It's gonna be disgusting. But
So,
it's just, do you want to make that gap or do you want to keep that gap separate to not offend and fucking deal with the nonsense
True.
and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
Keep your group separated a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Have any
Terry?
of you ever had any bad experiences with like your personal life and your streaming life crossing over?
Yes.
I'm just wondering where
Yeah.
like the
Yep.
the fear of mixing the two comes from.
yeah, I got in trouble with a lady friend.
Oh yeah, it's mostly lady
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got in big trouble with a lady friend, and it did not
Do you
go
wanna
well.
do you wanna go into detail or?
She might watch this.
Essentially,
Right. Just
essentially
sit
what it was is she didn't realize it was one of the situations where, just like with the vets, it can be a little OD, a little out of
Yeah,
pocket
yeah.
sometimes,
Absolutely.
and
Mhm.
she was not aware of that type of talk and that side of me,
Mm.
and
Okay.
it was for the better because I made some absolutely horrendously gay comments to some of the people who are here and are cool and it's funny and it's haha, and she was very
Oh.
uncomfortable. She was very uncomfortable with
okay.
not with she wasn't homophobic or anything.
No,
but,
no,
like,
no.
the way
But
that I
you
was,
were.
the way that I was
yeah.
acting and like
Yeah,
the way that I was
yeah.
talking to men, she was just like,
Yeah.
what is going on here? Like da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then it just went downhill from there. And good riddance to her or whatever. I hope she does well. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
so again, one of the big reasons I don't combine the lives,
Yeah,
We do that a
I see
lot
that.
here too. Like,
Oh, definitely.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
and like
lot.
the girl I'm seeing now, for example, she was like, "Oh, like I don't mind hanging out while you do the podcast," and I was like, "Nope, no, that's all right." Like,
Mhm,
I was like, "It's cool, it's cool." I was like, "We'll stay at your house. I'll come home. Like, it's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about that." And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, okay. Like, you don't want to like leave me or like let me be bored or anything." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's what it
Right.
is."
Sure,
So,
sure.
I love it.
No, I've had
That's good.
actually just one experience that pops in really quick for me, like bleeding my stream life with like friendships. I had another friend who was like kind of getting into it too, and I was already, I wouldn't say established, but like like our community built, like
Yeah.
things are already happening, and like I'm not able to provide like a handhold in the streaming space. Like I'm sorry, like you as a streamer you do have to do it, and
Right,
our friendship
right.
kind of fell apart on that because he felt like he was, I don't know, not getting that support, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
You wanted
like,
to get on the train and then then
Yeah.
it just didn't work out.
he got on
the way that
I think what happened was like he got on the train, and then he's like, oh, this is cool, and then like made his own train, and then wanted
Yeah.
me to go on. I was like, I'm sorry, like I can't do that all the time.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and
Mhm.
this happens with a lot of like streamer friends I've noticed too. Like we're all going in different directions. Like I'll hop on, but like I'm not like a permanent, like seat. Like I will support you. I'll watch it.
Right.
I'll come
Absolutely.
in. I'll provide some type of feedback or some content for you. Like we could collaborate, but I can't do it 100% because and that's why I like
we're busy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I
Busy.
like
Fucking
this
busy.
team, the stream team. Also, I like the community, right? Like my community knows that, like I had to move. Like I'm not gonna be part
Yeah.
in voice chats or voice calls as much. Or
and you know what? Another
Absolutely.
thing is I never understood about that is that like you stream, you spend all these hours streaming, then you want to go and in your free time watch more streams.
You would be fucking
It's
blown
tough.
away with how many people get mad at you for not doing that.
But like
No.
people
You
always
will
used to
be
ask me
Fucking
like
blown away.
I do like my last job was I do underwater construction. Like I'm a professional diver,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
people would
yeah,
always
yeah.
ask me like, "Oh, so you love scuba diving?" No,
Nah.
Why would I just spent 6 hours underwater working?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would I want to
Yeah.
go back underwater in the 4 hours I have a day to be not
Right.
at work? Like, why would
Right.
I want to do that? And I can't. That's why,
Mhm.
like, when you're a streamer, raid, you raid somebody or whatever, a friend, hop in, how was your stream, give a couple chat lines, hashtag lurk, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
would be doing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jump back in the water after I just spent 6 hours in it at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Literally, I want to change my shit when the streamer raids into me. Like, actually, like that's perfect because I'll be like, yo, thank you so much. You have a wonderful time. I'll talk to you later. Like, just
Adios,
let
buddy.
you know that like you are good to leave. We don't have to do this. How was your fucking stream?
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
if you don't want to do that, because I know that you probably just got done with a very tiring time, and you thought of me to send them to. So I appreciate you. I like that.
And you want to move like your viewership. Like I always now do at the end. Like who do you guys want to see? Who would want this party to move over, and what content do you
like
guys want to
that.
watch? And I just
Yeah.
listed down. Do you guys want to watch RuneScape? Do you guys want to go hang out in Denny's chat? Do you want to go check out Fluff? Do you guys want to do this? And when I get a name,
Yeah.
perfect. And they know that
Then
I'll leave for a little bit and I come back once I eat and all that. But
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then on top of it, that you see it all the time where somebody's at 50 viewers and then they get a raid of 25 people, and then after 10 minutes they're at 53 viewers because
Yeah.
they just yank them to the next person, and then that's what it is. Where
yeah,
if you get the chat's opinion, the who stays, that retained viewership is a lot higher because that's
Absolutely.
where chat wanted to go.
Yeah.
That's where they wanted to hang out.
Absolutely.
They're not,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot actually. That's
well,
that's
and
very
then it
nice.
creates chat
Watching
engagement, chat engagement for that next streamer.
Mhm.
Because you want to make sure that they're like, when I get a raid and it's like always like it's popping, I'm like, oh my god, thank you, and like it made my day, right? And I've had raids too,
100%.
like it's a bunch of lurkers and sleepers, and I get it. I'm just like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
and then we just continue on to the show. So, but
Absolutely.
no, to try to help, I guess, like new streamers. If somebody was like, oh, check out my friend, I'm like, cool, let's show some love and let's get that energy back up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
it's a day by day.
Yeah, for sure. I have to pee so fucking bad.
I have to pee so bad. I was just gonna
Okay.
say
So do
Can we do
because
like it?
it's an hour
Can we
and
just do a
30.
piss?
an
Can we
hour.
just had a piss break
We-
real quick, and then we can say the
And then we
goodbyes
just
after
close.
that. Cause
Yeah, go pee.
Yeah, like because
I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna go pee.
Fucking bad.
All right,
dude.
Me
Terry,
too.
no
Yeah,
dead air. You gotta hang out.
Four-way piss. Yo, fuck
Four-way
everybody.
piss? All right,
Fuck
go,
all
yeah.
you chat. See you later.
As soon as you
I
said
nearly
four-way
stayed
piss,
as
I was
well.
like, we're out of here.
Yeah. Because the worst part is like I'm having a great time of conversation, but like the bladder started hitting so hard where I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
fuck, I'm starting to get disengaged. And I did want to get there because like this has been absolutely fantastic.
This is why one of the reasons why I wanted like Captain had Terry on his mind. I was like, dude, it'd be cool to get Boof and have like a quadrant podcast.
I wanted to ask you that because when you asked me, I was like, oh yeah, sure, dude. Like I'll
Yeah.
do it, no problem. And I figured it was gonna be like, a couple of community members like Situals and Llama. That's what I thought was happening. And then when you added me in the chat, I was like, I have no idea who these people are. All right, let's do
Yes.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny.
And
The
then-
curveballs is like the name of the whole fucking thing. It's like shit just gets chucked out, and then great shit happens. I don't know. We're literally just being exactly the most random as possible. That we're just doing just doing this, doing us.
But it seems to be working.
Yeah.
I mean, I love I don't think that like you can't fake authenticity. You just can't. You can't fucking do it. Like Terry, so here we go.
Go for it.
Terry loves to plan and prepare for shit. Loves it. Right? So how is this now being in this podcast knowing what when I was like, like we kind of just fucking like Greg, for everybody who doesn't know this, Greg and I have never had a one-on-one conversation before our podcasting days together as co-hosts. Never once. We literally have had in chat.
We
in
talked in
stream
chat. Yeah.
in chat. That's like doing that. We've never been like in a video call, Discord call, nothing before this. And then it just happened and shit just worked. So I think what we did was take that kind of energy that we had and like, you know what? Let's just keep fucking doing that and let people just be themselves and stuff. So now that you know how we've mentally kind of done this, and now that you've been a part of it in the way that you like to do things, can you touch on both of those mindsets, the planning side and the where are you at here now that you've been a part of it?
Yeah, my answer is the idea of doing something like this with zero planning, like no questions in advance, nothing. My worst nightmare. Like if you look at my calendar, it's organized to include down to 15-minute breaks, like to everything. To the point where yesterday I was like, Cap, I'm just gonna ring this Boofin dude. I'm just gonna ring him and find out who he is.
Really?
I'm sorry, guys. I know. But I tell you,
Yeah, dude.
and it's even worse because I was on a 4-day bender is really where I was.
Hell yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything productive. I was on a 4-day absolute bender.
We need those things. That's fine.
Right.
From 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., I was smashing golf balls, absolutely hammered in a garage. On one of the nights, like I have it's been an absolute bender. When I got in my car this morning, I was like, all right, let's I need a water. Let's. I was like, and then I went, oh, it's Sunday. And then I went, I popped on a Discord.
Oh, smart, dude.
I was like 7:45 when I responded, and I saw it, and it was like at Boofin, at Boofin, at Boofin. And I was like, oh, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, so I texted Greg, and I was like, hey, I responded. Like
that's why there's so many long paragraphs. And to your, I knew what you were doing. I was like, he'll see it. Like I had, I trust Boofin so much. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, he'll see it, dude.
So I got my car, and I saw like the at, and it was like question. Hey, has anybody heard from this guy? Question. And I was like, okay, all right, let me. Okay, so I was like, hey guys, like I see this. I will be prepared. I will answer all of your questions. Just give me a second. And then as I was driving home, I saw like the outlay for the cameras, and I was like,
yeah.
I don't have a webcam.
Oh.
So I Googled top 10 webcams, and like I managed to make it home, take a shower, eat a sandwich, and like whiffed to Best Buy. And then I was at the wrong Best Buy. It was a half an hour from away, so it was like I did like this ridiculous. So I got home at like 1:30, and I was like, guys, I'm here, I'm back. Like it's all good. I set the webcam up in record time, and like I was like, all right, let's do this thing. Let's go.
Damn, so you were just ready.
Down to the wire.
Bro. Holy crap, dude.
And I apologize to you guys. I texted Greg. I was like, Greg, I'm so sorry. Like,
don't worry about it.
I'm cutting it close, but we got it.
Listen, I got so many ADHD responses and shit in my brain. Like, don't worry about it. We understand, like, with this, like, there's going to be. We're literally doing a bunch of time zones. We're doing a bunch of different people. Like, it is what it is. Like, there's no.
When Pterri said 23 hours and 10 minutes now, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like,
oh,
what time is that? What does that
mean? I even told her, I go, you know how much you just fucked their brains up, right?
Yeah. And Greg was like, that's noon for me. And I was like
Greg.
I was like, word, all right. So all day, all morning, I was going, that's noon for me. I'm pretty sure I'm 3 hours ahead. So 3 o'clock sounds good. And then when I finally went back,
that's my noon.
Yeah, when I finally went back and like read all the chats and answered like all the questions that were at me, Greg said, Boofin's 2 hours ahead of me, and I went, oh no. So I went and I was like, I know Phoenix area. Okay, Phoenix plus.
Oh my god, dude.
And I was like, okay, let me plan on 2 o'clock. That means I have even less time. All right. Yeah, and then you guys were like, all right, guys, like I'm on stream. You ready? And I was like, okay, 2 was right. All right, good. I'm here on time.
Thank you, Boofin. Thank you, dude.
So, by the skin of my teeth, and
it's just so fucking funny. We've literally never done. We haven't done an episode that hasn't been like this. So this fucking method just has to keep going. I think. I think
it brings out the best. It brings out the best.
It really does. Yeah,
it actually worked from somebody that needs to have everything scripted. Like it fucking worked.
Do you know,
like,
Greg, when I was messaging with you, like when I was messaging you, I'm like, because she needs.
I got your DM and I already read the vibe. I was like, oh, gotcha. And then I just was like, Pterri, it's cool. Pterri, I'm sorry. Like we're gonna get this going. Don't worry. Like I just was making sure your brain was good because I was like, I know this is a lot. There's a lot of audibles and stuff, but like, trust the process a lot.
I started doing a sticky note for some questions. I was like, so I was giving her a couple things. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit, right? She's over here. I can see her on the camera, just fucking typing out an essay that she. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, just writing my thoughts down. I'm like, no.
Dude, I've got February planned in my calendar. Like.
Oh my god! I wish I was like that.
Like, day by day.
And I don't do that at all. I don't prepare for interviews.
That's
like
nothing.
And I've always like I'm one of those guys where like it works for me. I can flow. I can ebb and flow with it, and I can pull some. Like I said, I think I can articulate myself and like answer the questions as they're asked. So I wasn't worried about it. I was worried about the hangover, but I wasn't worried about anything else. That was it. I was like, I need to bring the energy. I needed some of that bump shit is what I needed.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Where's that fucking link, Liz? Why are you dropping it?
Check the link in the YouTube, guys. Check the link in the YouTube.
Yeah.
No, you know what would have been crazy if I had that stuff already, and then
Oh my
as we
God.
popped on, I was like,
Oh, I would be like, were we all Methuen and Bump Brothers? Like, what are we
Oh
doing
my
here?
Lord,
Like,
that
are we
would've
gonna dock right now? Like,
we just become best friends.
oh,
Yeah.
you want to practice karate in your garage?
And
Like,
then
let's go.
I know everybody would have been looking like,
Yeah.
oh no, guys, it's Bump, and you would have pissed your pants. Oh,
I think next
Yeah.
episode, I think you and I have to start the episode cap of just like a bump.
Yes.
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
Let's do it. Ooh, let's go.
And you don't say anything until the end of the
Mhm.
stream and be like, all right, guys, so you might have thought that was funky at the beginning, but
Bump.
If you were weirded out by the bump that we did.
That's funny. All right, I think we'll close it out. Cap, do you want me to close it out or you?
Yeah. I just big thank you guys for coming on. This is the first time we've done 2 guests, and you guys both have been absolutely fucking phenomenal. Is there anything you would like to say? Does anyone want to go first? Like your closing statements, Jerry Springer style?
I'm not the father, and no, thank you guys for having us. Happy to pop on. You know, like I said, Greg said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I said, "Yeah, dude, whatever, no problem. Like, sure, add me to the group. What do you want to talk about?" I don't know, just how you've like helped me, with the stream a little bit. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, dude, send it. Let's go. I'll have a blast."
Hell yeah.
No, just like all right, take it away, kid. I'll be good back in 2 hours. It was same kind of vibe. So thank you guys for having me. It was I had fun. It was a blast. So happy to be
Yeah.
here and you guys were great hosts. The questions were good, and that's pretty much it for me. Thanks for chat. I had to avert my eyes. Freaking Situals just kills me. Like, but I'm real happy to be part of the community, and it's just every day I cry my eyes out in laughter. Being a part of
Oh,
Greg's
yeah.
community. I gotta go drop Cap a follow now because he's been a blast. Methuen boys for life.
Absolutely,
Hell yeah.
baby.
And thank you, Boofin. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. No one's responsible ever to like maintain my stream or vibe or whatever. But like, thank you for like the effort and time and like, your persona and like helping me out. Because I'm not a rich man. I can only pay you in laughs at the moment. But like,
Yeah, man,
I appreciate it, dude.
It took me 5
Right,
months to
laughs
drop
and
my
cup.
first
What?
sub right there. So, 2-way street boy.
But thank you, dude.
Yeah, just happy to be a part of the gang, man. We have a lot of fun, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh yeah.
Terry?
Alright, I'm the father.
Oh,
No, pretty much what Boofin said. To be fair, thank you for having us on. It's actually been a blast, even though it was originally my worst nightmare and I didn't want to do it. You've made it comfortable, you've made it fun, so thank you for being such good hosts.
Hey, thank you for bringing a bunch of value to our page for real and the communities that we've built between LurkerSquad, 7 Kevins. You've really done a shitload, and I can't thank you enough for bringing that value to the city. You've opened up my ability. Now we're doing fucking community nights, movie nights. The kids are playing fucking Roblox on the streams now. So you've given me this whole new outlook, and with people like Greg and Boofin, then you and everybody, you're making my social anxiety deplete and reduce, because it's nice being around people that you can feel comfortable around. And I'll tell you right now, you guys bring that to the table, and it's huge for me. So big thank you, Terry, Boofin, good vibes. Like, Greg, I love you. This has been fantastic, and I think this is one of the best. We say that every one, right?
I know, dude.
Because it gets better every time.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
guest. It's the good looking guest. That's what does it.
Yeah, I guess to close it out is with the next guest, like Boofin and Terry. Is there anybody that you guys would like to see?
Fluffy.
Fluff?
Straight up.
Fluffy.
Yep.
Ooh.
And maybe I'm biased because Situals just like, I mean, when I tell you,
Yeah.
my stomach hurts after I go back and forth with Situals, and he just everything he says makes me laugh so hard. I couldn't look at chat because
Yeah,
it just kept going. So my vote would be the big man himself. But maybe I'll take a look around and revise later on.
Yeah, I think
So
next.
Citrus versus Fluff with a dick fight contest, or I mean
Oh, there you go.
lightsaber battle.
Yeah, let's talk to Fluff. Let's talk to Fluff because just like this episode was very special because you know this is your perspective. You guys aren't like really into the game, and you guys have given me insight, you know, on this.
Big time. Yeah, like for real. To be able to see it from a different perspective, it really is a learning experience. Like, and having the mindset, like when Pterri, when you said we never really discussed like what the importance of, like what the responsibilities are, like that was live right here. We did that right here. So to have that mindset, like to think about that now, it puts me in more of a thinking thing. And Boofin, you've added so much to this that has given me stuff to think about. It's been fantastic. And you know, the communities that we've all built, that we're going to continue to build together, we're going to then, you know, we're going to keep passing this torch and keep fucking elevating the people that deserve it, or worthy of it. I hate that word. Deserving means you don't fucking work for it. Worthy is you put the work in. So people are worthy of it. And that's what everybody wants to give out. And I appreciate you guys for that.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Oh yeah.